so well today. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a ship with me. So I'm filming on my phone just because it's a little bit more compatible for the space that I'm working in. My camera setup, it just won't work in this room very well. I'll have to figure out a spot for it. I just wanted to show you all how I ship my stuff on Poshmark and Mercari. So I have some first class packages going out and then priority mail going out, and I think that these videos are really helpful for anyone that is starting out on Poshmark or Mercari or just reselling in general. I had so many questions when I was starting on how to ship stuff and what to use for packaging. So I do have a how to ship bundles video and a few other ship with me's. So if you like this kind of content, I have plenty of it on my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Molly. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and stopping by. I hope that you're doing very well today. And so on my channel, I create reselling, fashion, lifestyle, and beauty content. And for the months of September and October, I've been doing Halloween and fall related content. So I haven't done any reseller content for a little while, so I thought that I would do a fall ship with me. I only have a few items here to ship, but this is just a little easier to film rather than filming when I have maybe a big sales day. But this is really amazing for me. I'm very grateful that I sold this stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I already pulled my inventory, which is right here. I'll just go through and tell you all what I sold. So I sold this cute vintage celebrating 20 years kids Disney sweatshirt. I love selling vintage, but I've been really picky on what I get that's vintage. A lot of my own clothes are vintage or from the thrift store. And this I actually found at the bins, and I sold it the same day I listed it, yesterday, on Mercari for $14, which it has a few stains and it's older, it shows wear, so I'm totally fine with that. And then I sold this Free People dress, and this I got at a thrift store. I thought this was really cute. I like the collar detail, and I sold this on Mercari as well for $27, and I sent out an offer. And I sold this 31 wallet that I got at the bins, and it's a little worn, but it's still really cute. And I sold this on an offer on Mercari as well for $14 or $12. And I sold this Lululemon Tata Tamer bra, and this I sold on Poshmark for $20. Finally, I sold these Columbia belted shorts, and these are really cute, and I got these at the bins. So if you are unsure of what those are, it's the Goodwill outlet, so you pay by the pound for what you find, which is really cool. I keep staring over here in the record area. I'm very sorry. I haven't filmed on my phone in so long. But yeah, the bins are really cool. I've been trying to source there once a week, every week, now that I've been full-time reselling because I'm looking for a job. I just graduated college in August, so I'm still looking for a job, which is totally fine. I have reselling until then, and I'll probably resell for, honestly, unforeseeable future. I'll be reselling forever, I feel like. I have all of my labels printed right now. I use a printer, and it's really nice. We got a new one, and you can use your phone to print off of, which is really cool. So you don't have to go through the computer or anything, which is nice. And I decided to try something new. So I saw a girl create these on TikTok, and I was like, that is really cute. So she took paper bags from Target and stuff. I'm just gonna sit down for this. She took paper bags from Target and wherever and painted them with acrylic paint, and then she has a stamp for her business. I don't have one yet, so I just cut up some paper bags and I just made them into thank you tags. Just something very simple, and I put my brand name on the back, which is Molli-Ween. And then on some of them I said use this as a bookmark because I'm it's recycled paper, so I just thought that was cute. That's an idea for you if you want to try and recycle some stuff around the house. But yeah, so let's get into the shipping. So that's what I use for thank you cards. Sometimes I use stickers. I find stickers at the dollar store and I just write thank you on them. And other times I do stuff like this, or I use scrapbook paper, or even scrap printer paper. After I cut a label and it has excess paper, I will use that as a thank you, and I never get any complaints. I realize a lot of times when I order on Poshmark or wherever, I never get a thank you, so honestly I'm cool just sending out a piece of paper printer paper and just making it look nice, I guess, just with cursive handwriting. I don't know, I just kind of do whatever, so just make it your own. And that's my little tip of the day. I have all of my shipping stuff down here. Alright, so I get my tissue paper from the dollar store, and I don't think tissue is absolutely necessary, especially if you just maybe want to do low waist or something. But personally, whenever I get tissue in an order or from a gift or something, I reuse it and put it into like my Poshmark business. So I typically always reuse tissue paper, but if I don't, I have it on hand. And I get 35 pieces of white tissue from the dollar store for $1, and then I get this one occasionally. It's just glitter white paper. I think it just is, you know, an added touch of pizzazz. You can get also a huge chunk of tissue paper from TJ Maxx and Home Goods and stuff for about $4 or $5, and you get like 100 or 150 sheets. So I'd be on the lookout for that. So I'm gonna start with the wallet. And then I use twine or like yarn or whatever I have on hand to just tie up the tissue. Sometimes I also just ship stuff out like this, and I don't use any tape or anything to close it up. Before I forget, I'm gonna tie on one of my thank you notes like this. This is so handy. I think I'm gonna do this from like now on because it's just very simple. And then I just tie a little bow. And if I were to use a normal thank you card, I would just slip it through the twine. But look at that, it looks like a present. I think that's sweet. Okay, so this was sold on Mercari, so I need to grab a mailer. So I actually ordered my poly mailers off of Mercari. This is one of my tips for you if you're just starting out and you don't want to spend too much money on mailers. You can get like 10 packs for like $6 or $7 with free shipping on Mercari. I would try that out if you just want to have like a few on hand, if you're not selling a ton right now. But I got a pack of 100 of these for like $10 on Mercari, so that was pretty cheap. And then I just go ahead and fold it closed, and that is how it looks. Super cute. And for the labels, I use the USPS free shipping supplies. So I order usually these, which is like an invoice, and it saves on tape a lot. So you just peel off the sticky back here, you slip the label through, and then you can pull off this blue tab, fold it over, voila, and your label will be secure. Otherwise, I do order these just to have on hand as well. I used to use these all the time before I found out that these were a thing. And these are also free on the USPS website. I have a video on how to order free shipping supplies. I'll link that in the cards, and it's also on my reselling playlist on my channel. These are great too. It just has 2 of the peely backs instead of just the 1, and it's a lot larger. I use these sometimes for boxes and stuff just because if I were to stick this onto a regular poly mailer, it's just a little large, but if it's what I have to use, I use it, and it's free. I would say use free shipping supplies too, especially if you're selling on Poshmark, because you can get all of your priority stuff for free. I think it's really worth it. So that's one package down, and I'm gonna go ahead and do like a cute little time lapse of me doing the rest of them. Oh, I just ripped some tissue. Rip in peace. Like, actually makes me kind of sad. Quick tip, I get questions on how I keep track of everything when they're packaged up. So I do have the labels here, and when I do print off the labels, I write on the back what item it is, especially if it's first class, either from Depop, Vinted, or Mercari. But now Poshmark has the option to print an invoice with your item. This is what will print off with your shipping label on the other side here, and it's just one sheet of paper. This is actually a lifesaver in the sense of like knowing what sold where, but this is nice especially if you sell a bundle. You can throw this invoice in there for the buyer too, so that they feel like maybe they ordered from, you know, like a real retail store, as a lot of retail stores typically give you an invoice with your order, so that might be nice. But that's how I keep track through Poshmark now. Otherwise, I write it on the back of the mailer. If I don't have the labels printed yet, I just write directly on the mailer. I write directly on the mailer what the item is, so free people. And then what's nice is that the label will just cover that up, and bada bing bada boom, you're done. So I have this one done. Some of you may be asking, so is tissue and stuff like that necessary? On Poshmark, they actually recommend that you do use tissue and a thank you card. However, I've gotten things just put into the box or the mailer, and honestly, as long as the item is fine, I could care less if I get tissue and stuff. I just like to do this because it makes me happy, and so try to find things that could be reused. Like tissue can be reused. It is paper, so I think it could be compostable. Don't hold me to that, but twine is compostable, so that's nice, and that's why I've switched to that. It's a natural material. It doesn't cost me a lot of money because this was a big roll, and actually this roll I got at Michael's for $1 or $2. Otherwise you can get it from the dollar store. Sometimes Target Dollar Spot sells it. That's where I get a lot of my stuff, and then I just reuse any mailers that I can. We have a whole bin at the bottom here to reuse mailers, and since my mom and I both are resellers, I try not to like use up those because she likes to use those too. Kind of switch between reusing mailers and then using ones that I bought with my own money. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the labels on here and I'll be right back. All right, so once I have everything labeled and ready to go, I have a Dymo postal scale, and I'm gonna just double check and make sure that everything is weighed right. So I don't do this with my priority mail on Poshmark because that is like a 5-pound label, so you can pack it all the way up to 5 pounds. But I just worry about my first class packages. It makes me feel better about shipping stuff out. So that is how I ship my stuff for Poshmark and Mercari. I do sell, so I'm sorry about this glare here. I've tried to fix that, but it's just crazy white light coming through. It snowed here in Minnesota yesterday pretty bad, so in October of all times, not places. So I'm really grateful for all of you tuning in and watching this video. It was more vlog style, something kind of chill. I have a lot of reselling videos on my channel, so if you're new to reselling or you just want to maybe see what I have to share, definitely check those videos out. I'd really appreciate it. And if you comment or anything like that, that just helps my videos reach more people, which would just mean a lot to me and helping my channel grow, my little place here on the internet. And liking this video also helps a lot as well. Comment down below any questions that you have for me. If you'd like to see more content like this, I have a few ideas for Ship With Me's to make them a little bit different. So if you want them to be more laid back, kind of like this one, really structured, maybe something in between. If you liked this kind of style, whatever you like, I'd like to just know your input, and spread kindness, be kind, stay groovy, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye. Shine bright.